Hello everyone. This is the last session of today and also the whole event. We have two people in one session who are pioneers in esports in Turkey. They dedicated many years to gaming sector. We have Deniz Karadaş and Talha Karataş at the very last session of our event. Welcome. How are you?
Greetings. I'm very fine. Pleased to be here. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Mr. Talha?
Very, very well, thank you. It's honor for me to do the last session because we will have so much time to speak about and no limitation. So it's been fruitful meetings for all of us. Yeah, it's a
Yes.
great day.
We can say that last but not least. I want to get to know you first. Mr. Deniz, would you like to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Sure thing. I'm Deniz Karadaş. I will be talking about esports and effects of education within this ecosystem. I've been actively working in esports for over 10 years and providing consultancy for the last 5 or 6 years. I worked in various spots in esports, did everything, tried everything out, and I'm one of the lucky few who has their hobby as their job, so everything's good.
Okay, Mr. Talha, we want to get to know you too.
Sure. So as Mr. Deniz, by the way, our last names are almost same, but they're not same. We are not relative. But I can say we are brothers in the brotherhood. So I've been in the gaming ecosystem, I would say over 10 years, but I'm myself a hardcore gamer. I've been playing games over 30 years, and I still do. But just like Deniz, I turn my passion into business as well. I worked in Presidency Investment Office over 9 years, and then I quit that job. I create my own company, TmmTmm app, and I'm also in a board member in the Turkish Esports Federation. Also, we are as a esports federation, we have international links with International Esports Federation as well as Global Esports Federation, as well as Turkish Esports Federation. We established Esports Europe, which is like UFA of esports. So I'm actively all organizations. Least but not least, I'm also consultant of Bilişim Vadisi. It's a technology development zone in Turkey. Bilişim Vadisi General Manager Consultant. So I'm very happy to be in this event and participate, share my experience with you.
Okay, I want to say nice to meet you on behalf of our listeners. And I want to give the floor to Mr. Deniz by asking what happened and what's going on in esports in Turkey.
So it's esport doesn't have like a major history in Turkey, but it got Turkey got into esports when it started becoming popular mainstream. So we can say within 2000s, esports started gaining local renown around the globe, not just in Turkey. So it was a culture surfacing the mainstream. What I mean by that is not just the games and the players are like being like gaining renown, but also influencers, gaming influencers, live streamers, and their products. For example, a professional mouse, keyboards, etc. And for Turkey, it started with Counter-Strike, which is a mod for a game named Half-Life. And after with the integration with this internet cafe culture in Turkey, it gained major popularity. And with its one second. So with gaming having such a solid groundwork laid on, people started showing interest within Turkey. So we can just say it started with Counter-Strike, it moved with Dota, which was a MOBA, a different kind of strategy game. And it proceeded with League of Legends, Dota, and Counter-Strike Global Offensive. But the game has been changed. Within 2010, Riot Games came to Turkey and changed the game. But how? So when it comes to esports, when it comes to gaming, to attract the community, you definitely need localization. You need to reach out to that community, and you should speak their language, be involved within their culture. And Riot Games was the first game company, game publisher that managed to do that in Turkey. And with that happening, Turkey started adapting to esports in a really, really fast motion. So when you experience such a fast motion within esports, there are some problems. Those problems are usually regulations, which Mr. Talha will speak about later on. And when you sorry, 1 second, I'm getting really distracted. Sorry. So when there is a fresh new ecosystem, there are some things you should watch out for, because when there's something new, there's a new culture coming in, and it can be seen very good in a monetization way or something like that. So it will attract people who are not initially engaged with this ecosystem, such as business people who have money, who want to create an investment, but doesn't want to get involved very much within it. So that was the main problem within this Turkish ecosystem of esports. People came and people start spending money. They started creating teams. They started hiring players. They started to take a piece of this competition. And within this competition, there were some major changes, because when you think about esports, what you see from Twitch, from the social media, etc., you see young people playing games, right? And when there are young people involved, it's a very, very delicate situation, because esports requires such a discipline, such a devotion, that requires a lifestyle change. And to provide a lifestyle change at that young age is really problematic and should be treated very, very carefully. And that's where we missed the spot as the local community, because people who actually entered this ecosystem to begin with weren't very educated about this. They had money, they had vision, and they started, I don't know if I can say this delicately, but they started to abuse the system, if you can put it like that. And that was a problem back then. So that was one of the main problems that I observed in my time in esports. And while we were moving on, one problem led to another, and these young people, started, getting disconnected from this ecosystem, which was a really fun, really enjoyable ecosystem. Because what is esports? Esports is this digital competition where taking place in a digital space. So competition is something that humankind has the fire for for centuries. So when you see young people getting disconnected from this ecosystem with such a swift pace, you get really worried. And this was 11 years ago. So afterwards, when the game publishers, game owners, companies noticed there was something wrong with this, then came in the regulations. So these regulations were not enforced at first, but they were suggestions, because from the game creators' point of view, there is an ecosystem growing, and you don't want to you don't want to destroy everything. You just want to softly manage. And within that time frame, while people were trying to softly manage, it didn't work out well. And then when we came to 2015, we said that something needs to change. And that change was people need to know what they're doing, need to know how much the thing they do is worth, and they need to be educated with this. And when I say education within esports, I don't want you to misunderstand this, because it is not just like go there, click this, shoot that. It's like an all-around education. Like if you're a graphic designer, you can get like esports education to adapt what you are good at to esports. Like for like you are like a anything that like you're like in marketing, etc. Everything can be adapted into esports with the correct education. So after these red flags are like flashing in front of us, we started giving education. And with that education, we started from the really extreme angle in esports. We started with shoutcasters, people who are casting these live streams, these professional matches, etc. And we taught them how to cast, how much is it worth, because everything back then was really cheap labor-wise. People were doing they were referees in a tournament for really, really low prices or like in-game currencies. People were casting these matches for free, etc. Everything. So something needed to change, because when you just like look at the whole ecosystem, the money makers were like defined, like team owners, some major brands, and the game publishers. That needed to change, because this ecosystem was growing and evolving, and it needed a better direction within Turkey. So we managed to change some ground rules when it comes to shoutcasting, and then we saw that it is actually doable, like to change the whole ecosystem within Turkey. Because when you take a look at the community of gaming and esports currently talking to, it's Generation Y, Generation Z, even Generation Alpha. So when you take these generations, when you look at this community, you cannot communicate with them through the traditional media. And without the traditional media and without your amazingly efficient social media strategies, you definitely need gaming or esports integration within your brand. And so we took the education to the next level. We started to educate everyone about esports, and that provided really good feedback, because when you educate everyone within this ecosystem, that means educating the brand. So if the brand knows what esport is, brand knows what to buy. So they can compare services within esports, etc. So that creates better competition within this ecosystem. So that actually what escalated the esports within Turkey for the last 5 years. So to the next topic. This lack of yes. You were going to ask something, or?
No, please go on.
All right. So when we consider this education aspect from a wider angle, there were very big problems indoors that people were not talking too much about it. Those were the that was the parents. That parenthood feeling that the protection of the child actually put a bar between the parents and the computer games, because computer games meant addiction, time waste, etc. Bunch of negative stuff to the parents, with for example, my parents. So that was the main point that we needed to change. And to change that, we needed to be able to go into their houses and talk to the parents. That is when you think about it at action, it is not very doable, because there are 20 million gamers with 20 million parents at least. So while we were trying to, come to a solution on how to deal with that, we tried to improve the lifestyle of the gamers, the professional gamers, to create a model of a professional gamer. Because in my own vision, like this is why I'm currently talking and not showing your presentation. In my own vision, esports was an option for someone who's good at this and can can move forward with this, can make money with this, can pay their rent, can buy their food. So with this aspect, this is a very actually like a Turkish local aspect, earning your life's worth. So within that, within our point of view, we actually connected with the parents. We talked to them, and we understood what made it so frightening for them, because it is such a huge world. The digital world was so huge and so new to them. They were scared to lose their one really precious child in that world. So we understood that there always needs to be a connection within this digital ecosystem to the real world to avoid this addiction and everything. So within our educational perspective, within our syllabuses and everything, we put this lifestyle changes on the real life changes that should professional players or people within esports should adapt to, because it is all about discipline. It is all about not to get sucked in to the game, because currently in 2021, this is a job. This is not just a hobby. This is not just game. So when you consider it as a job, it comes with responsibilities. It comes with this enforced discipline to succeed. And when you talk their language, when you talk a parent's language, when you talk a teacher's language, you can actually see that your story, the story you're telling about esports, is really close to life, making it in life. So apart from this perspective, I'm moving to the brand side of things. So basically, this is your most assured way to reach Generation Y, Generation Z, and Generation Alpha. But how are you going to manage this? And why esports? Esports is the key here, because it's a really a niche spot on this gaming ecosystem. But why it is important? Because esports is competition. Competition is definitely different than gaming, because within competition you get results. Within competition you win or you lose. And winning and losing, these two major terms, they have the power to rebrand something luxurious to a necessity. This is what's been, used for major brands with vision within esports. For example, Logitech. They were already creating mouses. They were already creating keyboards. But why would you brand something a professional gamer keyboard? Why? You are already making a very similar product, but you are creating a different branding to reach out to this community, because it is about winning. It is about advantage. It is about giving you that edge that will tip the balance in your favor. So basically, in 2021, in your brand, in whichever genre you're currently existing on, you need to integrate into this new trend, new upcoming everything. Because within this trend, you can actually adapt your product, whichever that is, whatever that is, in a really suitable way, because you can sell everything here. This is life, and it is just digital. This whole ecosystem, this whole social life here, everything here, You can promote transportation, you can promote food, you can promote everything. And we are currently seeing this examples for this in North America, for example, because when you compare the two ecosystems of first Turkey to North America or Turkey to Korea, you will see that esports gaming adapted to real life in a really unique, really really efficient way. Turkey is currently not at that point, so there are still spots to be filled with brands and everything that can lead this change, lead this not change, but lead this evolution, lead this development. So that would sum up this Turkish ecosystem within esports. If you have any questions, I talk a lot, so with questions it would be more specific. You don't have any questions?
I don't have any question. But when you said it is a job for many people, I realized something. I mean, it can be hobby for someone. Someone can play games, can be gamer, but it is a real job for, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of people in Turkey. And there are institutions that related to esports in Turkey with the aim of improvement of esports and gaming sector for this gaming community. And as Mr. Talha, you said you work in one of these institutions, right?
Yes.
And you work in Turkish Esports Federation.
Yes,
Yes,
that's correct.
yes. And could you tell us what is the aim of these kind of institutions in Turkey?
Sure. If you wish, I have a presentation. I can follow up the presentation thing. I think it'll be better for me to explain what I'm up to actually. So can I do screen share from here? Okay.
Actually, yeah, we can see your screen.
1 second. Yep. Yes, perfect. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So basically, I would like to talk about the technology development zones and esports federations and entrepreneurs that take a position in esports ecosystem. So I will talk about the Bilişim Vadisi Science and Technology Valley. It's in Istanbul, Kocaeli, close to Istanbul in Kocaeli, and there's over 1,000 R&D staff. And they completed over 104 projects. Even the national car brand located there. So there's a huge R&D infrastructure going on there. So the focus area of Bilişim Vadisi is mobility, connectivity, smart cities, cybersecurity, design and technology, and the gaming technology. So with the gaming technology, we are focusing over there, VR, AR, and esports development. So this is a very crucial infrastructure for esports entrepreneurship. So we do have venture investment capital funds. It's 100 million Turkish lira. So let's say you create your own esport entrepreneur. You're entrepreneur. You create your own company or startup. And if you locate in Bilişim Vadisi, you'll be capable of getting this investment, part of this investment. So this is very important for entrepreneurs who would like to get investment in the esports field as well. So we created a portal for HR, you can publish your HR requirements and get the staff, correct staff for you. So it's very easy to hunt a talent. So you don't need third parties for it. So we created a Bilişim Vadisi Academy. So here we create classes for Unity Engine. We create classes for Unreal Engine that you can develop the game and technologies. So this is very important for backstage of gaming and esports ecosystem as well. So we have a project there called DJH. So in this DJH, we had multiple engagements, like probably 4 or 5 events, game jams. So in this game jams, we discover a lot of games and talents. And from 55 games, we got 4 investments. So this is very good storyline for entrepreneurship as well. So the Bilişim Vadisi has a tax benefits, like you are exempt from corporate income tax and stamp duty, as well as social security premiums. So going back to your question, Turkish Esports Federation, established in, I think, 2018, by patronage of Ministry of Youth and Sports, so which is attached to the government. So it's actually esport is legally known as sport, because before the government doesn't acknowledge as a sport. So now it's actually sport, and we have over 3,000 esport athletes. They are actually licensed by us, and they are able to participate in national and national tournaments. From this 3,000 athletes, we have 10% women athletes. So we are working on increasing the women ratio in our portfolio as well. And we have over 30 different esports centers. We license esports centers as well. As my colleague, Mr. Deniz mentioned, the internet cafe are the backbone of the actual gaming in Turkey for a while. Now we are modernizing them. Like we create new structures for them to renovate themselves into esports houses, esport technology centers, and we will be working on carrying them future as well. So I just address your question. If you have any other question, I can address it as well, or I can just keep on the presentation. Oh, can you?
Yes. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I'm saying if you, I just answer your question. If you wish, you can speak, or I can continue the presentation.
You can continue. Please go on.
Sure, sure. So as Turkish Esports Federation, we have multiple branches like MOBA, first-person shooter, RTS, Battle Royale, Sports, MMORPG, and Fighter. So these are the branches now exist, but in the future there will be 50 branches, 200 branches, 200 branches. So as Esports Federation, we are following the trends and creating a correct ecosystem, just like Deniz Bey mentioned. So we did multiple national activities. 2019, we got the Zula Turkish Cup, Vodafone Free Zone Cup in 2019 again. And we had in April 2020, last year, Stay Home. It's the post-pandemic event, actually. So we were, with the eSport, we are capable of doing it from our own houses as well. So recently we did beat the Turkish Cup. So this is very important, actually. In this latest Turkish Cup, the prize money actually paid in cryptocurrency. So this could be one of the top-notch esports activity in the world, that the prize is paid in cryptocurrency. So this is, it actually is a Turkish company. I believe they located it, their entrepreneurs in Arıkova'nı, or yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to mistake there. But they're Turkish entrepreneurs, Turkish company, and they create cryptocurrency, and they have a, I think, Borsa, the cryptocurrency stock exchange as well. I think this is revolutionary idea, and we try to show the audience that it's very easy to engage this kind of entrepreneurs in esports ecosystem as well. So when you think about it, it's just not the game. So now we're talking about cryptocurrency, the payment systems, the QR systems, AI systems. So all these technologies are actually supporting a gaming ecosystem. So if you're interested in gaming and esports, you don't have to play the game. You don't have to consume the game, watch the game. You can actually be productive in different verticals, disciplines, and serve to the gaming ecosystem going forward, or in national activities in NBA and there was a World Championship of IESF in Israel. So we participate, or national team, Dota team, participated there as well. So this is Esports Europe. It's actually UFA of esports. So Turkish Esports Federation is the founder of and in a board member of Esports Europe. So our president, Mr. Alper Özdemir, is the board member here. So this is actually very crucial. Turkey is in a decision-making process in esports ecosystem for Esports Europe. So going forward to IESF is one of the oldest federation, international federation created, and Turkey is the voting member of this federation. So there's recently created federation, established federation, Global Esports Federation. Also, Turkish Esports Federation is a founding member of this Esports Federation as well. So Tencent is sponsor for Global Esports Federation. This is very important. So going forward, what I do privately. So this is my app. So we create TmmTmm app in Turkey. So this is actually a social media app for gamers. So we do have payment systems here. We do have video calling, video messaging. We have verification systems. Let's say you log into your game. So you scan your QR code and we identify the person who actually plays the game and etc. So we are working on creating, it's very useful for esport tournaments and verifications. So we are actually working on this kind of infrastructures to support the esports ecosystem. So I would like to run a short video, I think, yes. So this is the snapshot of that. Actually, we are still developing the app. But you're able to download from iStore, what do you call it, the Apple Store, and it's a freemium app. You can video call your friends, your gamer friends, gamer buddies. You can create teams, or you can create some sort of communication. Once you have the app, there is no personal data shared. We don't keep any personal data. You're able to have multiple cryptocurrency wallets instantly, and you're able to send gifts and presents to your friends instantly without any hesitation. So this is actually a revolutionary app in the world. So it's Turkey's first, I would say, super app. We are still developing. This is the beta version of it. So we will launch within probably 5 to 6 months, the hardcore launch, and we will be engaging a lot of esports and gaming activities with our app. We're planning because our target clients actually hardcore gamers, and so this is actually so just I mentioned, esport is just not about playing the game. It's actually creating the game. It's actually living the game. It's actually producing something. So whatever, no matter what you do, but if you believe in something and if you're good at it, keep on doing it, and you will serve to a gaming community, I believe. Just like the academies, probably Mr. Deniz will mention that in the ongoing conversation. It's one of the top-notch educational and scoutcasting platform in Turkey. I think it's a very phenomenal venture. So I believe that they will be very successful in their journey as well. So I would like to give ball to Mr. Deniz.
There was a question I wanted to answer, if that's
Sure.
all right. It's a question to both of us, Talha. So
Okay.
Ozan Somas asked, what do you think is the biggest obstacle in front of esports globally and in Turkey? Parents, schools, regulations, infrastructure. My answer to this is probably infrastructure, because regulations will always adapt to the infrastructure. Parents will always adapt to regulations. Schools also like that, but infrastructure always need to account for the shareholders of the ecosystem. People need to constantly be able to make money within this. So that that always shifts. Not like it's not a very stable monetization method. You need to adapt to this change, but this change is not just how can I say, renewing your product. This also means that you need to change your product. For example, change its genre, change its everything. For example, because it's a really young ecosystem. So change is very swift and very definite here. What do you think?
So I would like to add a couple. Yes. So I would like to say maybe 3 years ago maybe or 5 years ago there were a lot of obstacles. I don't see any obstacles right now. Like had a chance to meet with Mr. The Ministry of Education, and he's very keen on esports as well himself. He's actually top of the policymaker in our country's education system. He actually visited one of the top-notch esport events, which is, I think, League of Legends national tournament finals. So it was, if I'm not mistaken, 2019, I think. It was in the esports arena, Riot Games, and it was the match between Galatasaray and Fenerbahce Esports. So Mr. Minister visited the event and showed his gratitude speech there as well. So this shows that the top policy makers in Turkey is actually acknowledging the esports ecosystem. So I think the minister himself, they're working on creating probably classes or lectures regarding esports in the high school. So we discussed this topic many times with them as the Turkish Esports Federation. I believe in the government side, there's a huge step by the Minister of Sports, which is done in 2018. Just to creating the Esports Federation means government is actually acknowledging the Esports Federation. And there's another important point. So let's say you're a brand, you're a car brand, or you're a chips brand, or any brand in Turkey. Let's say you're one of the big brands, Koç Holding or Sabancı Holding. Like any of these brands can actually invest in esports team and get exempt from tax, like partially. So instead of paying tax to the government, it's just like in football sports. So this is actually a very good supportive move, but we need to create more awareness in this field. Coming back to the parents, so parents are always concerned about their kids playing games and etc. So, but we are actually working on creating more parents and kids connectivity. Like when the kid wants to play a game, so we encourage them to play multiplayer games. We encourage parents to play together. So like we are encouraging our developers to create family games together. So actually game is not separating, it's actually uniting platform if you know how to use it. So we're trying to, as a Turkish Esports Federation, we are trying to work and create an awareness for it. So going forward to the schools, so there are private schools creating esports classes, esports activities and tournaments. I think on the government side it's going to happen as well with the future because so this is the formula I always speak on my speeches. I would like to repeat it here again. So when you put entertainment equals it's movie, music, and sports. So post-corona, entertainment is video games, the music in video, concert in video games, and sports as esports. So this is actually a entertainment formula of a digital world. So we are here to take a position, and instead of regulating it strictly, we are a community-based federation. Whatever our community wants it, and we try to bring it to serve to the community as best as we can.
Also, in a couple of years, us millennials will be the parents. So basically, most of the millennials come from gaming. They're really used to gaming. So I don't think parenthood would be the problem in the next 10 years, maybe.
I 100% agree because myself, I have a daughter. She's 1 year old. I'm thinking which we're gonna go to the Gamescom in Germany in Köln with a cosplay. We're gonna do cosplay. So I'm thinking which cosplay we should do with my daughter. So like this is the new parenting, gamer parents. So if you consider like the teenagers today are gamers, so today's teenagers gonna be tomorrow's parents, gamer parents. So it's just gonna, and also tomorrow gamer parents gonna be tomorrow voters. So they're gonna vote according to politicians who actually do improvements in games or games ecosystem. So this actually has to be done by the policymakers as well.
Okay, Thanks a lot. We had the chance to learn the gaming ecosystem about different aspects and from different perspectives. And also, I want to thank all of the speakers for the last 5 days. We have been learning a lot of things about a lot of areas since the first day of the event, which is Monday. And we are also so proud to complete the biggest tech startup week event in the whole region. And thanks again. Take care of yourself.
Thank you so much for making all this happen. We've been here for 40 minutes, but you've been here for like 5 days. So congrats on this major event. It was really fun. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before closing, I would like to invite all of our audience and whoever watched this. We have an event in Bilişim Vadisi. Evde kal, like it's like stay home and develop your game. So the event starts actually tomorrow. So I think it's very good opportunity for tech entrepreneurs who would like to develop game and into it. So this is actually a great opportunity. So stay tuned and I would like to send my sincere gratitude to you. And it's very fruitful meeting and conversation.
Thank you again. We also have a great team behind the scenes, and I want to invite them right now.
Please.
Okay.
Well, hello.
Hello.
For now, I believe it's only me and Ozan, I suppose.
Yep.
And also Ahsan, we've been conducting those sessions as 4 moderators since we had 25 sessions. Yashar was one of us, and he will not be able to be there here. So for the team, again, thank you so much for the wonderful session at the closing session of our 5-day event. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Deniz. Thank you, Talha. See you soon, actually.
Yeah.
Since we are getting close to working together.
Yeah, we have a good meeting. Later. Goodbye.
Good night.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys. Thank you for the event. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And now we are. Crap! This is over. Let's go. Anyway, just wanted to send my respect and gratitude to the whole team, and Kaan, Kadir, if you guys can come up on stage as well, it will be really nice for people to see you. Don't worry, we'll cut this place, we'll cut the piece out and make everybody watch the good part of the esports. I actually don't remember how long it took us to build the whole team and get the startup week, Techstars Startup Week live. But I think in a couple of months, through the work of primarily Ege, we managed to pull almost 25 sessions. I mean, some of the sessions we had to cancel out because one speaker almost got COVID, another one got stuck in Dubai with no StreamYards. But overall, we had 23 sessions. And I just wanted to take Ege's points on what were the learnings, what do you remember the most, Ahsan, Ege, what were you inspired by the most out of this whole startup week? Because primarily the reason I took part of it, initiated it, sponsored it is because you guys are the primary target market for the next generation. Like, you are the next generation. So what inspired you the most this whole week in 5 days? Oh, please, again, I think your email is your internet working.
Yes, I can move on. I can say that we always say we are so proud to. We are so proud to be the startup event in the whole region, and Actually, I can say that the 5 days passed so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, my voice is reflecting us. Okay.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Mm, okay.
No, I don't know what's happening to the internet in Turkey. I'm
I have
afraid
no
the
idea.
video upload to YouTube and everybody's freaking out about it. But let's go. Again, what do you think?
Well, as a beginning, we are super tired of all of those online sessions for 1 year, and I have a little couple of things that I am proud to do in this event. First of all, when you're closer to the end of the pandemic, so we are getting vaccinated and etc. So we could manage to wrap up our all motivation and put all of our organization efforts into this, and bring this team together.
Yay. This is driving us nuts. Hello. Oh no. I don't think we'll be able to get Ege clearly, or we're able to hear her clearly. I hope that's on my end, but we are freezing. Anyway, we will get together when we have better internet and review the whole startup week speakers, share our thoughts and dreams and learnings. Probably when we have a better internet. I seriously think there's something going on online at this hour. I hope it's nothing important. But let's not waste more time. We will definitely get back and shoot a video talking about the startup week experience for the whole organizing team, and we'll make sure we post it live. I wish we were able to have this conversation, but apparently Ege is dropping out, Aslan is dropping out. Yuck. I don't like internet these days. Well, it came back to what Deniz mentioned. The infrastructure is really important. Turkey is not one of the highest, the most connected and well-connected countries in the OECD and the European side. I hope that changes, but until then, we have a lot more to do. I hope this whole Startup Week experience was useful, although we are kind of sick and tired of online events. However, that was the best we could do for now. And I think, let's see if Ege can come back, but now her video is off. Nah, she's lost. Anyways, Aslan, you want to try?
I'm back, I think, with maybe the fourth internet connection alternative. I can finally see you and be seen.
Yeah, we can see you. Just let's keep going since you're back. We should do a separate video, by the way, just to wrap our thoughts since we got so much stuff. But any final words for the people who watched us and who will probably see us on YouTube going forward?
Aslan, please go on.
Aslan froze. Why don't you?
Of course. So whoever is left. So yeah, I am proud to start a Techstars community in those really difficult situations in terms of the internet, in terms of the online events. we are now maybe a family who is bigger than 300 people. So the first gratitude of my of this event, capability of organizing an event from the ecosystem of Turkey in a global basis. That was the second thing that I am proud of this event. And the third one is obviously the team. Some of them I have never even met in person, face to face, but now we can laugh together. We created a value together, and thank you again so much.
Yeah, we seriously have issues with the online connectivity, but I had to break the news. Start Week, Techstars Start Week Next Generation is now officially over. Keep connected, keep the conversation live in Discord, and go back to whichever video you found the most pleasing. We will definitely do some catch up.
I'm back.
No worries.
Before I conclude, I need to thank you to bring us all together. I need to, because I am like, why? I was swearing at the background. Yes, and thank you for Yellow X. Thank you for Sage that made this event possible. I know my voice is loud right now because I was shouting back then.
No worries.
Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure's ours. Take good care, everyone. We'll definitely do a roundup of the most watched or most inspired talks going forward in the Start Week channel, Sage channel, LX channel, and we'll definitely do more events coming soon. Some will probably be, I hope, will be hybrid once we have some vaccination going on. But if not, hook us up, find us online, and follow us online, and we'll keep on trying to support the young entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurial mindset in Turkey, in the region, globally, going forward. Thank you so much. Thank you again. We almost came to turn the whole thing down and shut it off, I think 3 weeks ago, and you took the initiative. You should be proud of yourself tonight, and you can rest finally, and then we'll catch up soon. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Alo.
Alo, bitti. Oh.
Kapatamadım ekranı, kendime bakıyorum.
Tamam. Eline sağlık. Çok güzel oldu.
Aynı şekilde. Yani
Hadi bakalım.
gerçekten yani öyle